welcome to my play space. This is my creative little room. I'm using an app called TiltBrush made by Google to do all my wireframing, my SketchUps, little mock-ups, and hopefully some higher level prototyping that could be presentable. You might be asking, what is this diagram? It is not meant to summon evil spirits. No, this is, let me show you guys. So this is your subject meant to represent you kind of standing within your virtual reality environment. This red zone is your no zone, which means there is no content allowed that close to the user. Reason being, it's as if it was like this right in front of you. It's just so dang close that your eyes can hardly focus on it, and it's really annoying and disorienting a little bit. This is your 5-meter space distance away from the subject, and that's 10 meters away, roughly 30 feet. And these are all acceptable zones for different types of content. This little angle you have right here is roughly 154 degrees all the way from that left arc to the right. And that's like the comfortable distance. You can look left or right. It's your horizontal field of view, like that, okay? And then right here, you have additional space in your periphery, and that you can look a little bit further, and you're straining your neck just a little bit, but you don't want to keep users looking that far to their left or their right for too long. Then you have this zone behind them, which I like to call your curiosity zone, right? Actually, I didn't coin that term, but I think it's a really accurate term because it's just what's behind you. You have no idea. There's nothing there right now, but there could have been. So you have your main content area, MC, you have your periphery area, and then you have this curiosity zone right behind you. And you have the no zone, right? And then you have your vertical field of view, which is 20 degrees above the plane and then minus 20 degrees below the plane. Minus 12. And this is kind of like optimal, super comfortable, because hey, we're all kind of lazy, right? We do have like a max min right here of like 60 degrees and 40 degrees below the plane of view right here, but we don't really want to be looking up like this for too long or looking too far down for too long for a user. So these are all just a couple things to keep in mind while you're developing and wireframing, prototyping in VR, and that these are the comfortable areas to be putting objects and content within. For mobile and web development, and using apps like Sketch, you have templates that you load up in your first scene, right? Where it shows your iPhone 7 or your Android phone right in front of you, and you kind of use that as your guide, and then you can place objects here, and it lets you know how far from the margin it is and from other devices. In VR, this is the space that you have in front of you, so you got to be careful and be mindful of just how close everything is to the user and how large in scale things need to be in order to be legible. Fonts, you can't use like a size 12, 14 font anymore, right? You got to be using like these ginormous fonts just to be like logo and have them be legible by the user. So just a couple basics to keep in mind, and we're ready to start looking at some sketches.